Before a man ever decides how to treat you, something much deeper has already spoken for you. Not your words, not your explanations, not your efforts, but the quiet signal of how you inhabit yourself. Some women never ask for respect, and yet it arrives. It settles into the room the moment they do. Men lower their tone. Their attention sharpens. Their behavior becomes more careful, more deliberate. And often they don't even know why. They just feel it. This is not confidence performed. It is not strategy. It is not emotional control. It is something far more subtle, an inner alignment that radiates outward without noise. As Carl Jung said, what is not brought to consciousness is lived as fate. And the women who are naturally respected have already made something conscious inside themselves. Their own value is not negotiable. You see, respect does not begin in interaction. It begins in orientation, in the way a woman relates to her own inner world, in the way she treats her time, her attention, her emotional energy. Men sense this long before they test boundaries. A woman who is respected does not rush to explain herself. She does not rush to correct misunderstandings. She does not rush to secure her place. There is no inner panic behind her presence. And this absence of urgency is deeply unsettling and deeply attractive to the masculine psyche. In Jung's view, the unconscious is always reading beneath the surface. Men respond not to what you say you deserve, but to what your nervous system already believes. When a woman is internally settled, when she is not seeking permission to exist or to be chosen, her energy becomes structured, contained, grounded, and structure commands respect. This is why some women can remain quiet and still be taken seriously, while others speak endlessly and are ignored. It is not volume, it is coherence, an inner consistency between what they feel, what they tolerate, and what they allow. When a woman has resolved her inner contradictions, when she no longer abandons herself to maintain connection, she becomes psychologically whole. Jung called this individuation, the return to oneself. And a whole woman does not chase respect. She creates a field where disrespect cannot comfortably exist. Men feel this immediately. They may not articulate it, but they adjust. Because on an unconscious level, they understand. This woman will not shrink to be accepted. And anyone who will not shrink cannot be handled carelessly. This is the foundation. And once you see it, you can never unsee it. In the next part, we will explore the first emotional signal, the one that silently tells a man whether you are someone to test or someone to approach with reverence. The first signal a man reads, long before attraction turns into action, is how a woman handles absence. Not his absence, hers. Some women disappear emotionally the moment attention fades. They lean forward, fill the silence, compensate, repair, pursue. And without a single word spoken, a message is delivered. My stability depends on you. Other women do something radically different. When attention pulls back, they do not collapse inward or reach outward. They remain where they are, present, rooted, untouched by the fluctuation. And that is when respect begins. Men instinctively respect what does not chase them for emotional grounding. This is not cruelty or ego, it is psychology. As Carl Jung observed, the psyche instinctively moves toward balance. When a woman is balanced within herself, a man feels no unconscious pressure to dominate, test, or diminish her. This is why a woman who does not react immediately becomes magnetic without effort. Her stillness creates tension, not anxiety, but gravity. She does not withdraw to provoke. She simply continues living from her center. A woman who is respected does not punish with silence, nor does she soothe with availability. She allows space to exist without rushing to fill it. And in that space, a man becomes aware of something rare. Her life is not organized around his attention. This is the moment many men shift internally. They slow down. They observe. They recalibrate. Because on a deep level, they sense that access to her presence is not guaranteed, it is earned. In Jung's view, When someone refuses to be pulled into unconscious patterns, they force the other to become conscious. A woman who does not overextend emotionally becomes a mirror, and mirrors are uncomfortable for those who rely on control. This is also where many women get confused. They believe respect is gained by proving loyalty, depth, patience. But what earns respect is containment, emotional self-possession, the ability to remain whole even when nothing is being offered. A respected woman does not fear pauses. She does not interpret distance as a verdict on her worth. She understands something quietly powerful. What is meant to stay will step closer on its own. And men feel this clarity. They may not name it, but they respond to it. Because when a woman does not abandon herself during uncertainty, she signals maturity, and maturity demands a different level of behavior. This is not a technique. It is an internal posture. And once it becomes natural, everything changes. In the next part, we will explore the second signal, the one that tells a man whether you are emotionally accessible or emotionally valuable. The second signal that commands respect is not how much a woman gives, but how selectively she gives it. Many women are emotionally open, warm, responsive, and yet they are not valued. Why? Because availability without discernment dissolves meaning. A woman who is respected does not offer her inner world to anyone who shows interest. She does not confuse openness with intimacy. She understands, intuitively, that emotional access is not politeness, it is privilege. As Carl Jung said, where wisdom reigns, there is no conflict between thinking and feeling. This wisdom shows itself in restraint. A respected woman listens deeply, but she does not immediately reveal herself. She allows connection to unfold instead of rushing it. She does not emotionally overinvest before trust has proven itself through consistency. And men feel this boundary instantly. This does not mean coldness. On the contrary, it is warmth with structure. And structure is what transforms attraction into respect. When a woman shares everything too quickly, her pain, her fears, her hopes, she unknowingly places the man in a position of power before he has earned it. And power without responsibility invites carelessness. But when a woman reveals herself gradually, she signals something essential. I know the value of my inner world. In Jung's view, what is precious must be protected, or it becomes shadowed. A woman who protects her emotional depth does not hide, she honors it. And that honor is contagious. Men begin to treat her inner life with caution, curiosity, and care. This is why some women are chaste but not cherished, and others are cherished without effort. The difference lies in emotional pacing. A respected woman does not rush emotional closeness to secure connection. She lets connection prove its stability before allowing depth. She does not perform vulnerability as a currency. She understands that true intimacy is revealed, not displayed. Men feel this difference immediately. With her, they slow down. They choose their words more carefully. They become more intentional, because they sense that careless behavior will cost them access. And this is the paradox. The less she tries to be emotionally available, the more emotionally valuable she becomes. Not because she withholds, but because she discerns. In the next part, we will explore the third signal, the one that tells a man whether you are someone he can emotionally manage or someone he must rise to meet. The third signal that makes a man respect a woman is subtle, almost invisible. It is her relationship with emotional responsibility. Some women unconsciously take on what does not belong to them. They manage moods, soften consequences, explain behavior, absorb tension. And over time, they become emotionally convenient. Needed, perhaps, but not respected. A woman who is respected does something very different. She allows others to carry their own weight. She does not rush to fix discomfort that is not hers. She does not translate a man's feelings for him. She does not rescue him from the impact of his own actions. And this single distinction changes everything. As Carl Jung said, one does not become enlightened by imagining figures of light, but by making the darkness conscious. A woman who refuses to carry a man's emotional shadow forces him to confront it himself. This is deeply uncomfortable for immature men and deeply compelling for mature ones. When a woman stops absorbing emotional chaos, she sends a clear, wordless message. I am not here to parent you. I am here to meet you. Men feel this boundary immediately. They become more careful with their words, more accountable for their behavior, because they sense that emotional irresponsibility will not be softened, explained away, or tolerated. This is where respect is born. A respected woman does not punish. She does not threaten. She does not lecture. She simply does not participate in dynamics that require her to self-abandon. If a man withdraws, she does not chase clarity for him. If he is confused, she does not rush to reassure him. If he behaves inconsistently, she observes and adjusts her access. And this calm refusal to overfunction shifts the entire power dynamic. In Jung's view, projection is the foundation of many relationships. When a woman stops accepting projections, blame, insecurity, indecision, the man must reclaim what he has placed onto her. And that reclamation either matures him or removes him. Both outcomes serve her. This is why respected women are often described as grounded or self-contained, not because they are distant, but because they do not leak themselves into situations that drain them. They stand in their own emotional center, and anything that wishes to be close must meet them there. In the next part, we will explore the fourth signal, the one that tells a man whether you are emotionally dependent or emotionally sovereign. The fourth signal that makes a man take a woman seriously is her relationship with choice. Not choice as freedom, but choice as authority. Many women wait to be chosen. Even strong, intelligent women can unconsciously place themselves in a position of quiet anticipation. They adapt, they hope, they endure, believing that patience will eventually be rewarded. A woman who is respected lives from a different inner position. She chooses first. This does not mean dominance. It means clarity. She does not orient her life around being selected. She evaluates. She notices. She decides whether what is in front of her aligns with her inner standard. As Carl Jung said, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. A woman who waits passively is often living from an unconscious script. A woman who chooses has rewritten it. Men sense immediately when a woman is not waiting for permission to value herself. Her questions are different. Her pace is different. Her attention is not automatic. And this subtle shift changes how a man shows up. With her, he does not assume. He demonstrates. Because when a woman knows she is choosing, not auditioning, her presence gains weight. Her yes becomes meaningful. Her no becomes final, even when spoken softly. This is why respected women are not easily rushed into closeness, labels, or promises. They are not resistant. They are discerning. They understand that time reveals character, and they trust time more than intensity. In Jung's view, maturity begins when the ego no longer seeks validation from outside, but coherence within. A woman who has reached this stage does not negotiate her standards out of fear. She allows reality to reveal itself and responds accordingly. Men feel this as emotional sovereignty. They understand that with her, access is not maintained by charm or pressure. It is maintained by alignment. And alignment requires effort, presence, and growth. This is the moment many men either rise or fall away. And both outcomes are signs of respect. In the next part, we will explore the fifth signal, the one that silently tells a man whether you will lose yourself for love or remain whole within it. The fifth signal that earns a man's respect is revealed in moments of disappointment. Not when things go well, but when they don't. Many women betray themselves quietly when faced with inconsistency. They soften their truth, minimize their feelings, explain away what hurt them. They fear that honesty will cost them connection. And in doing so, they teach a man that their inner world is flexible, negotiable, A woman who is respected does not dramatize disappointment, but she does not dilute it either. She names what is real, calmly, cleanly, without emotional overflow, and then she watches what happens next. As Carl Jung said, integrity is the alignment of inner and outer truth. A woman with integrity does not sacrifice her inner truth to preserve comfort. This is where respect is either formed or lost. A respected woman does not threaten to leave, nor does she beg to be understood. She expresses herself once, clearly, and allows the response to reveal everything. If behavior changes, she notices. If it doesn't, she adjusts her investment. And this is crucial. She does not argue reality into existence. Men are deeply affected by this, because many are accustomed to emotional bargaining, long conversations, repeated chances, endless explanations. When that cycle is absent, something shifts. He realizes that access to her is conditional on awareness, not endurance. In Jung's view, repetition without transformation is a sign of unconsciousness. A woman who refuses to repeat painful dynamics forces consciousness into the relationship. This does not make her rigid. It makes her self-respecting. She understands that being understanding does not mean being endlessly available for disappointment. She knows the difference between compassion and self-erasure, and men feel that distinction immediately. With her, mistakes matter, not because she punishes, but because she remembers. And memory, held with dignity, is one of the strongest boundaries that exists. In the next part, we will explore the sixth signal, the one that shows a man whether you are emotionally reactive or emotionally anchored. The sixth signal that makes a man respect a woman is how she relates to emotion under pressure, not whether she feels deeply, but whether she is ruled by what she feels. Many women are emotionally rich, intuitive, sensitive. Yet when tension appears, their emotions rush forward faster than their awareness. Reactions replace reflection. And in those moments, power quietly slips away. A woman who is respected feels just as deeply, but she is anchored. She does not deny emotion, nor does she unleash it impulsively. She allows herself to feel without handing the steering wheel to the feeling itself. And this inner anchoring is immediately perceived by men. As Carl Jung said, "You are not what happens to you. You are what you choose to become." A woman who has learned to pause between stimulus and response has already chosen herself. When conflict arises, she does not escalate to be heard. When uncertainty appears, she does not collapse into anxiety. When emotions intensify, she breathes, observes, and responds from clarity. This is not emotional distance. It is emotional mastery. Men instinctively respect women who do not lose themselves in emotional storms, because they sense that her center is stable, and stability commands seriousness. With her, emotional moments are not weapons, nor are they performances. They are information. A respected woman does not use emotion to control outcomes. She uses awareness to guide decisions. This is deeply disarming. Many men are accustomed to emotional volatility, cycles of intensity followed by repair. When those cycles are absent, when a woman remains grounded even in moments of tension, the dynamic changes. He must rise to her level of regulation. In Jung's view, the ego matures when it stops being possessed by unconscious reactions. A woman who is not possessed by her emotions becomes someone others cannot easily manipulate. She listens more than she reacts. She observes patterns rather than isolated moments. She does not confuse intensity with truth. And this steadiness gives her a quiet authority. Men feel safer and more accountable around a woman like this, because emotional games have no place to land. Only reality remains. In the next part, we will explore the seventh signal, the one that shows a man whether you are emotionally flexible or emotionally anchored in self-worth. The seventh signal that quietly commands respect is a woman's relationship with self-worth under pressure. Not when she is admired, but when she is challenged. Many women feel valuable when they are wanted, praised, pursued. But the moment uncertainty enters, mixed signals, inconsistency, emotional distance, their sense of worth begins to bend. They negotiate internally. They question themselves. They lower standards without realizing it. A woman who is respected does not do this. Her self-worth does not fluctuate based on a man's behavior. And this inner stability is unmistakable. As Carl Jung said, the foundation of all mental illness is the avoidance of legitimate suffering. A woman who respects herself is willing to feel discomfort rather than abandon her truth. When she senses misalignment, she does not rush to restore harmony at her own expense. She allows the discomfort to exist. She lets silence speak. She lets actions reveal meaning. And she does not chase reassurance to calm her nerves. This is where many men pause. Because a woman whose self-worth does not collapse under uncertainty cannot be easily controlled. She does not need emotional breadcrumbs to stay invested. She does not need constant affirmation to remain steady. Men feel this as quiet strength. With her, testing boundaries feels pointless. Emotional pressure yields nothing. Manipulation finds no opening. Because she is not afraid of losing what does not treat her well. In Jung's view, the individuated woman no longer seeks completion through another. She enters connection whole, and wholeness changes the entire dynamic. A respected woman does not say, "Prove your feelings." She observes whether feelings translate into presence, effort, and consistency. And if they don't, she does not dramatize the loss. She releases it. This is perhaps the most unsettling and magnetic signal of all. Because men instinctively know, a woman who can walk away without bitterness cannot be taken lightly. In the next part, we will explore the eighth signal, the one that reveals whether you are emotionally replaceable or emotionally irreplaceable. The eighth signal that makes a woman irreplaceable in a man's psyche is not how intensely she connects, but how complete her life already is. Many women become memorable because they merge. They adapt their rhythm, rearrange priorities, make emotional space by shrinking their own world. And paradoxically, this is exactly what makes them easier to replace. A woman who is respected and never forgotten does the opposite. She does not build her life around a man. She invites him into a life that already has movement, meaning, direction. As Carl Jung said, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. A woman who is becoming herself is magnetic in a way that cannot be copied. Her days are not empty waiting rooms. Her energy is not idle. She has inner commitments to her growth, her rhythm, her silence, her becoming. And when a man enters her life, he feels it immediately. He is not the center. He is a participant. This changes everything. Men instinctively value what feels alive beyond them, because something that does not depend on them cannot be possessed, only chosen. And choice is where respect is born. A respected woman does not cancel herself for connection. She does not abandon her inner momentum to maintain closeness. If a relationship aligns, it integrates naturally. If it doesn't, her life does not collapse. And this is deeply unsettling and deeply captivating. In Jung's view, people are most compelling when they are individuating, when they are in motion toward their own wholeness. A woman in this process carries an energy of depth and direction. Men sense that being with her requires presence, not passivity. She does not demand effort. Her life requires it. This is why she lingers in memory, not because of drama, intensity, or sacrifice, but because she represents something rare, a woman who did not stop becoming for love. Men may lose many connections, but they do not forget the woman whose life kept expanding, with or without them. In the final part, we will bring everything together and reveal why respect is never something you ask for, but something your inner structure quietly demands. Respect is never negotiated. It is recognized. By the time a man decides how seriously to take a woman, the decision has already been made, not consciously, but instinctively, through hundreds of subtle signals, through what she tolerates, through what she does not explain, through what she refuses to abandon inside herself. This is why asking for respect never works. Because respect is not granted to words, it is granted to structure. As Carl Jung said, what you resist not only persists, but grows in size. And what you embody quietly organizes the world around you. A woman who is respected has done something profound long before any relationship begins. She has stopped betraying herself in small, daily ways. She has aligned her inner truth with her outer behavior. She has chosen self-coherence over approval. And this coherence is felt. Men feel it in her calm, in her pace, in her boundaries that do not need justification, in her absence of emotional bargaining. She does not demand seriousness. She evokes it, because seriousness is the natural response to someone who cannot be handled casually. This woman does not harden herself. She does not perform power. She does not manipulate desire. She simply lives from a center that does not wobble when attention shifts. And that is why men adjust. They speak differently. They behave differently. They think twice before risking her loss. Not because she threatens to leave, but because her presence is not guaranteed. In Jung's view, individuation is the return to one's authentic self, and a woman who has returned to herself becomes a psychological force. She no longer asks, "Am I enough?" She lives from the knowing that she is, and the world responds accordingly. This is the truth few are taught. Respect is not something you earn from men. It is something you stop giving away from yourself. And when you stop giving it away, it finds you.